Imagine being just 10 years old, held down by 4 women, screaming in pain as a sharp blade cuts through your most private parts. No mercy, no anesthesia, just blood, pain, and silence. This is not a horror movie. This is real life. Today, February 6th, we speak up for millions of women who can't speak up for themselves. Today, February 6th, we celebrate no tolerance to female genital mutilation. So, what is female genital mutilation or FGM? FGM is partial or total removal of the female genitalia, not for any medical reason, but for cultural beliefs. It's important to say it is not a religious practice. This happens mostly in areas like Africa, Middle East, and parts of Asia. You might ask yourself, so why do people do this? Some people believe it makes you pure and clean. Others believe it's a ritual passage into womanhood. And others say it prevents the woman from being promiscuous. But believe me, all of these are lies. Female genital mutilation is an act against human rights and it must be stopped. It has a lot of complications. It causes lifelong pain, infections, childbirth complications, and even death. Yes, death. So it must be stopped. Let me tell you the story of Fatima. Fatima is a 9-year-old girl from Somalia. So she was playing with her friends when her mother walked up to her one day and told her it's time to be a woman. She carried Fatima to an old looking house with a rusted blade and met an old lady. The lady had no anesthesia, just pain and blood. The woman used this rusted blade, emphasis, a rusted blade, no anesthesia, and cut through Fatima's private parts or Fatima's genitalia. Fatima lost so much blood that day that she almost died. And Fatima is one out of 200 women worldwide who suffered the same thing. Now today, Fatima suffers from constant pain, constant infections, and constant childbirth complications. She has been giving birth to stillbirths. That means she hasn't been able to push a live baby since this happened to her. Fatima is suffering, and there are many women out there suffering the same fate like Fatima. FGM has so many complications, and these complications unfortunately are permanent. The most striking of them all is the mental effect. It causes depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and loss of self-worth. Imagine you not being able to be sexually satisfied even when you get into your marital homes, and then imagine that scene constantly being played in your head like you were being cut by a rusted blade, no mercy, and it's your mother that caused that pain to be induced in you. That psychological effect is mad and it is permanent. That kind of sin does not just disappear in a day. It doesn't. So the mental effect is one and it is permanent. Then we have the excessive pain and the excessive bleeding. Remember, this is an invasive process and the bleeding is so much. The lady or the child involved can even die from it. We also have severe infections and difficulty urinating. Remember, they are scarring you. When they cut off your genitalia, a scar is being formed there. That scar can now cause an obstruction to the urinary pathway, and that obstruction can now cause difficulty urinating or pain while urinating. Imagine being 9 years old and living for about 30 years, and throughout the 30 years you have painful urination. You're dealing with infections on a daily. You're treating it on a daily because of mistakes that were done on you. FGM is a very, very bad thing. It's a very bad process. The last but not the least is childbirth complications. As I said, you have the risk of delivering stillbirths. Like you have the risk of going to the hospital and not coming back with a live child because you have prolonged labor. You cannot easily put. The probability of a baby dying in your womb is high. FGM has a lot of complications, and the complications are permanent. Now, you may be wondering, how can I end FGM? What can I do? The first thing is to speak up. Many people don't even know about FGM, so the first thing to do is to share this video, educate people, let people know what female genital mutilation is all about, and then from there we can take the next step. Another thing you can do is support organizations fighting FGM. Some of these organizations, you have WHO, UNICEF, and local activists. We can support what they do, contribute the little we have in encouraging their work, sharing their flyers, sharing their posts. In fact, encourage everything they do in order to stop FGM. We have to also encourage laws and enforcement of these laws. Some countries have actually banned FGM, but it's not being enforced. You understand? Like, we know that it's banned, but it's still taking place in some parts of the country. So we have to reinforce these laws that have already been put in place, that FGM is wrong and it's against human rights. The last but not the least, we need to support the survivors. We need to give them the medical support, emotional support, and even counseling. We just need to be there for them and encourage them, even financial support, and make them know that they are not alone and we share in their pain. We sympathize with them. We are there with them, especially the emotional support. Remember, I told you the mental effect, the post-traumatic disorder is it's more than you can imagine. It's more than you can imagine. So let's be there for the survivors and make them know that, or let them know that it's not the end of the world. We are standing by them and we are here to encourage them. FGM is not a cultural practice. It is an abuse. It is a torture, and it must end. It must end. Just imagine your little sister, 4 years old, 9 years old, in the name of she's entering womanhood and her genitalia is cut off. Imagine the pain and the cry. That's what another young girl is going through. It is a torture. It is a sin. It is an abuse. So FGM must end. Let's join our hands together and fight FGM. Firstly, by sharing this video and educating people about what FGM is. Say no to FGM, speak up, and let's save lives. Say no to FGM, speak up, and let's save lives. Remember to comment, stop FGM, stop FGM, stop female genital mutilation. Let's protect our young girls. Let's end FGM. If you believe that this is a cause that we can fight and we can follow, endeavor to share this video, endeavor to comment, stop FGM, and don't forget to subscribe. Together we can stop it. Let's end FGM together. Let's fight. If this is a cause you believe in, join me by sharing this video. Thank you very much. If this video made you feel something, if you believe no young girl should ever experience this, firstly, hit the like button, comment, stop FGM, and share this video. And remember to subscribe for more health videos. Together we can create the change that we need. I'm Zishu Harris, your favorite teacher. Bye bye. See you in my next video.